So as you may have seen just a few days ago, Fox News, and in particular, Laura Ingraham, called out my diversity, equity, inclusion work on national television.
Meet Ritu Bhasin, founder of Bhasin Consulting, Inc. Her firm is described as a world-renowned full-service DEI consulting firm dedicated to driving organizational change.
The segment was filled with fake news.
They prove their DEI bona fides by linking to goofy DEI posters like this one. DEI propaganda, like CCP propaganda, must never be questioned by the unenlightened masses.
And today, I just want to correct a few things for the record. So first of all, my name is pronounced Ritu Bhasin, not the variation that she presented.
Ritu Bhasin.
It's Ritu Bhasin. Lazy, sloppy journalism to not check that out. And if you are going through all of my videos, you would have picked up how to pronounce my name. So I find it really fascinating that my name was deliberately mispronounced. It's Ritu Bhasin, get it right. The second thing that was mentioned is that I clearly lack knowledge and awareness of history.
No real knowledge of history, zero appreciation of the great blessings of liberty and opportunity that America provides.
i.e. implying that I lack education about historic events. And I just want you to know that I was born of Punjabi Indian immigrant parents, and there is high elitism, educational elitism in particular in my culture. So I'm actually highly educated. I have studied history a lot. I have multiple degrees, including a law degree and an MBA. I know my history, I know my facts. So I wanted to get that straight. Thirdly, she mentioned that I talk a lot with my hands, and in fact was commenting about all of my multiple hand gestures.
And a lot of hand movements.
Yeah, I'm handsy. I talk with my hands. It's wonderful. For us who come from like animated cultures, talking with our hands is really important. And I'm not going to stop doing it because, as you may know, I'm also a fierce advocate for authenticity. The fourth thing that she said is that my job, it's a terrible way to earn a living.
Racism is a manifestation of white supremacy.
What a terrible way to make a living.
You work for Fox News and I have the terrible job? I don't think so. The final thing that I wanted to mention, and on a more serious note, is that essentially the segment was calling out the work that I am doing and others are doing in the area of critical race theory. Now, here's the thing. Part of my education, hello, I've studied critical race theory a lot. I studied it in undergrad. I studied it when I was doing a legal education. Critical race theory is essentially about taking a look at our systems and structures in society through a legal lens, but through other systems and structures as well, to examine how it is that racism and in particular white supremacy are embedded into our practices and therefore have an adverse impact on people of color and people who are Indigenous. In other words, critical race theory is about being anti-racist, not just in our own behaviors, but more importantly in our systems and structures. So when you call out critical race theory and call it bad and wrong, you're essentially saying, I don't want to be anti-racist, I want to be racist. And this is exactly why the work that we do as DEI practitioners is so important. And in fact, let Fox News call me out, let any other media outlet call me out, let any other person call me out. I'm still going to keep doing the work that I'm doing because this is the work that it takes in order to create a just, inclusive, equitable society. I will note that the aftermath of the Fox News clip has been twofold. First of all, we have been bombarded with really vile, abusive, toxic, racist, offensive messages, my team and I, across social media, to our email inbox. Dozens and dozens and dozens of hateful messages have come our way, which underscores the reason why this work is just so important, firstly. And then secondly, I am thinking about all of the love and the support that I have received from so many of you during these last few days, which have been difficult in many respects because of all the hate coming our way. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for sending me your love. Please do keep it coming because I read everything that comes our way that's rooted in love, not in hate, and it makes a difference. So thank you for your love and support, and let's keep fighting the fight.